Fox Sports.
We are Blackhawks. We are LA.
Tonight at the Big A, the San Francisco Giants return for the first time since the 2002 World Series. And Angel fans certainly remember it well.
Trying to send the Anaheim Angels to the promised land. Here's the pitch to Lofton. Fly ball center field. Erstad says he's got it. Erstad makes the catch. The Anaheim Angels are the champions of baseball.
I don't know about you, but the voice of Rory Marcus with that call in 2002 will never get old. The Angels continue interleague action. Tonight it is game number 1 against the visiting San Francisco Giants. First visit for them since that World Series, first regular season visit since the year 2000. Hi, everybody, from inside the Big A. We welcome you back to Angels Baseball here on Fox Sports West. I'm Victor Rojas along with Mark Kubica. Today we got a pretty interesting pitching matchup in that Matt Cain is going for the San Francisco Giants in his first start since the perfect game, and Jerome Williams will be going for the Angels. And, of course, Jerome, a former number 1 pick of the San Francisco Giants. Let's talk a little bit about Matt Cain on the 13th of this month through an absolute gem against the Houston Astros.
Well, he did. He did a great job. But it's an interesting, you mentioned an interesting matchup between the two of them. These guys have blocked out once before. Matt Cain got his first career complete game going up against Jerome Williams. He got his first major league hit against Jerome. Jerome, a former Giants, got outstanding stuff, threw very well in that ball game. Gave up 7 hits in 7 innings, only 1 earned run, so he threw the ball well. Look for him to work down in the strike zone. That adrenaline for him is going to be going quickly, as will for Matt Cain tonight.
All right, let's talk about Matt Cain's perfect game. 125 pitches, the most pitches ever thrown in Major League Baseball for a perfect game, surpassing David Wells, 120. Is there an after effect for him?
Well, there may be, but I'll tell you what, his stuff was outstanding. You're talking about great stuff throughout. 14 strikeouts in this game. He certainly had some great defensive gems during the course of that game. Gregor Blanco out in center field, diving to make a great play, but the reality is he's a guy that not only just has a good fastball, he has great secondary pitches, and what a great job. First time in Giant history, a perfect game.
A lot of San Francisco Giants fans in the house. Matt Cain got a terrific ovation. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A, so sit back and relax. Lineups and first pitch when we return.
And they continue for this series. As we pointed out, there are quite a few Giants fans in the house here. Let's Go Giants chants just occurred right before we came back from the commercial break. You see the Angels have taken the field. They're sporting their pearly white uniforms. We'll take a look at the Giants lineup, brought to you by Bruce Bochy. They are second in the National League West, 5 games back with a 37-30 record. It's Gregor Blanco leading things off. He is in right field. Ryan Theriot is the second baseman. The milkman, Melky Cabrera, in left. Buster Posey, the cleanup hitter, doing the catching. Angel Pagan is the center fielder. Pablo Sandoval, the DH. Brandon Belt is over at first base. Brandon Crawford, the UCLA product, is at shortstop. And Joaquin Arias will bat ninth and play third base. Taking on Jerome Williams, who comes into this one looking for win number 7 on the season.
Yeah, his last time out, he was throwing the ball exceptionally well against the Dodgers. Just got a breaking pitch up to Andre Ethier and then a fastball up against Juan Rivera. Other than that, he was outstanding. 6-4 mark. Very, very good at home. 8-1 in 9 career starts at the Big A. 5-1 this year with an ERA 2.93. Power sinker, great changeup, slider, cut fastball, curveball, keeps everything at the knee level, can elevate when he needs to get a strikeout.
Well, defensively behind Jerome tonight, you've got Trumbo in left, Trout in center, Hunter is back in the lineup in right field. The infield consists of Alberto Callasco, Eric Ibar, Meiser Asturis, and then Albert Pujols around from third and first. Bobby Wilson off the 7-day concussion list is behind the plate.
And we mentioned Jerome getting a lot of ground balls, so Callasco will be very active. Jerome Williams gets 66% of the pitches that are hit on the ground. So at third base with Callasco, who's done a nice job as far as fielding his position, to be very active. Jerome, 6th highest percentage in all of the American League as far as getting the ball put on the ground when it's made contact with.
So Gregor Blanco will step in against Jerome Williams. Blanco's been a nice surprise for the Giants, hitting .271 with 4 home runs, 15 runs batted in, 10 doubles, 3 triples, and a guy that can handle the bat, can drag bunt, can push bunt. As Jerome's first pitch is up and away for ball 1. It was Blanco that made that terrific running catch in the alley in right center field.
Unbelievable.
To save the perfect game for Kane. As this one bounced to the right side. Asturis has it, waits for Pujols to get back to the bag, and there is out number 1. Men in black tonight includes Paul Emmel calling the balls and strikes. Scott Berry is over at first base. Jerry Meals at second base. And it's Gary Darling at third. So 1 out, nobody on for Ryan Theriot. Theriot, the second baseman, looks at a sinking fastball downstairs, hitting .263, 5 doubles, a triple, 12 runs batted in. Spent last year with the St. Louis Cardinals where he hit .271. That was a strike on the outside corner to even the count. Chopper foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and it's time now for a Hyundai key to the game.
Oh, little sticks for you today, Victor. Renegade. Of course, we've seen Jerome. He's pretty excited about going against his former team. Talked about redemption, an opportunity to go back and show the Giants that he's the type of pitcher he has become. But when he first was the Giants, more of a thrower. Now he's become a pitcher.
The 1-2. Bouncer back up the middle off the mound. Asturis has it to the backhand, gets rid of it quickly, and that is out number 2. So 2 ground ball outs for Jerome Williams to start this game off, and Melky Cabrera will come up. And I must say, I must compliment you. That is the most incredible air guitar I've ever seen you perform while giving us your Hyundai key to the game.
Well, you know, I'm a big, huge fan of sticks. There's no doubt. Just don't let me start singing Come Sail Away and I'm done. Be over.
It would be. There's no doubt about it.
That'll be my job.
Melky Cabrera, the left fielder, steps in. And he is having a terrific season for the Giants. 27-year-old Dominican native. Acquired in the offseason with a trade with the Kansas City Royals, hitting .360 as he swings and misses on that breaking pitch. And it is an 0-2 count. At .360 average, good for second in the National League. 6 home runs, 34 runs batted in. Breaking pitch on the ground to the right side and under the glove of Meiser Asturis, and what looked to be the 3rd out. And Cabrera will reach with 2 outs here in the first.
Cabrera coming into this game, a .303 career hitter against Angel pitching. 46 for 152. This is a chance to make all 3 plays. He slid and the ball under the glove.
There's that slide again.
Because he has a chance to be able to get himself in position to field that and throw the ball. He has to throw it across his body, but much easier play for him to be able to field that with the glove without sliding.
And, of course, because he goes into the slide, it is credited for a base hit for Melky Cabrera. Buster Posey steps in with 2 outs and a man on. It's jammed and fouls, went back to the right. Posey hitting .297, 8 home runs, 35 runs batted in. Former first-round selection, 5th overall in 2008 out of Florida State University. Of course, last year he was playing in 45 games because of the broken left leg and the ligament damage that he had in the ankle. Quick throw over to first base, and Cabrera is back. Giants will run. They are 3rd in the National League in stolen bases with 51.
And Melky has 10 stolen bases in 14 attempts. And Jerome, he does have a quick move to first, but when he delivers the baseball home, he settles in around 1-3 to 1-4 range, which is fairly slow to the plate.
Just off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike on Buster Posey. It's a Giants team that has played very well at home, 21-14, and even 500 down on the road, 16-16. And a game over 500 within the National League West. As that cut fastball or slider misses down and away. 2 balls and a strike. Jerome's coming off a loss, as you see Kung Fu Panda hanging out on deck. Pablo Sandoval, the DH. He's actually in the dugout since he's not batting for a couple of batters. Jerome in that start against the Dodgers, 7 2/3 innings, charged with 5 runs on 6 hits. As Posey swings through that one, 2-2.
Well, that's a cut fastball at 88 miles an hour. That's the thing about Jerome. We talked about him evolving into a pitcher. He's a good cut fastball, a 2-seam fastball, but also throws a 4-seam fastball that he elevates in the strike zone. So 3 different types of fastballs for a hitter to have to deal with.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Melky Cabrera over at first. A quick check in of him once again. Halos coming off the series win against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Back-to-back shutouts. Both 2-0 victories. Irvin Santana and Garrett Richards.
Boy, was he good. That fastball is devastating with moving action.
2-2, lifted in the air toward right center field. Not hit very deep. Torrey Hunter comes on. He'll make the catch. The inning comes to an end. A 2-out single stranded at first. We hit to the bottom of the first. It'll be Trout, Hunter, and Pujols to face Matt Cain with no score. Getting up a 2-out base knock, but that is all. As we take a look at the lineup for Mike Scioscia, the Halos 4 back in the American League West with a 36-31 record. And Mike Trout leading things off in center. It's Torrey Hunter in right field. Albert Pujols at first base. Kendrys Morales, a cleanup hitter at DH. Mark Trumbo getting to start in left. Alberto Callasco at third. Meister's getting to start at second base. And Howie Kendrick with the night off. Eric Ivar will bat eighth and play shortstop. And Bobby Wilson batting ninth, doing the catching as they take on the 27-year-old right-handed native of Tennessee, the name of Matt Cain.
Matt Cain coming off that perfect game in which he struck out 14 batters. That Houston Astro lineup. Fastball, 89-94. Very good slider, very good curveball, plus changeup. Those about 51 to 52% of his pitches are fastball. He has a great assortment of those secondary pitches, which he's not afraid to use at any point in the count.
We'll take a look at the defense for the Giants here. After the batter, Mike Trout will step in to face Matt Cain, who threw 125 pitches in that perfect game. Most ever thrown in a perfect game. David Wells threw 120 in his. Corner infielders playing in for San Francisco, and Mike looks at a fastball for a strike. Trout went 1 for 4 last night. Had a double with an RBI and a big one. A little insurance run for the Angels late in the game. It was his 11th double, his 27th run batted in. 0-1 pitch. That's off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike.
What we saw the Diamondbacks do against Mike Trout, fastball away, first 2 pitches. Forcing Trout to be able to go the other way, which we've seen him do very effectively.
Breaking pitch lined over the head of Joaquin Arias. No perfect game tonight as Trout takes a big turn at first. He will stay there, and it's a leadoff single. Let's take a look at the defense for San Francisco tonight. It's Cabrera in left, Pagan in center. Blanco is in right field. The infield consists of Arias, Crawford, Terrio, and Belt from third to first, and Posey behind the dish.
We can get in all the numbers for Blanco out in right field, but what I go back to is that catch he made to keep that perfect game going for Matt Cain. One of the best catches you're going to see to preserve in a perfect game like that. We saw that in Chicago with Wise, with Mark Burley in center field, but that was an unbelievable play by Blanco to dive on the warning track and make the play.
Torrey Hunter looks at a little breaking pitch and misses high. This is also a team in the San Francisco Giants that, all things considered, how difficult it is to throw a perfect game, to do so with the defense that has struggled the way the Giants have. 58 errors through their first 67 games this year.
That's why when you think of perfect game, that's why there's only been, 22?
Yep.
That's why. I mean, everything has to go right. You have to field the ball. You have to throw the ball.
Trout takes off. The throw is dropped by Terrio. Would have been a bang-bang play at second base, and it's a stolen base for Mike Trout.
17th stolen base of the season in 20 attempts. Like we said on the pregame show, that's going to be the formula to be successful against the Giants. Get Trout on the base and let him try to steal a bag. Straight steal. Pretty good pitch for Posey to throw. Might have had a chance in if Terrio was able to come up with that baseball. But Trout gets that hand in now in scoring position for Torrey Hunter.
Torrey now with a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Cain with a glance back, and Torrey lifts one in the air towards shallow right center field. Angel Pagan, the center fielder, is there. He'll make the catch. Trout's tagging. Pagan with a pretty decent arm. The throw is cut off by Crawford. Thank you very much. 1 out and a man at third. I mean, at that point, you know the runner's committed. Unless the throw is extremely offline, let it go just in case.
Let it go. Yeah, it's not. I mean, you have the pitcher is going to be backing up anyhow. It's a pretty good line coming in. Maybe an off. Yeah, it's going to be off the third by third base. Again, I was talking to Dino Evil before this game. They will challenge both Pagan and Blanco in the outfield, but certainly they'll have to take caution when it comes to trying to challenge Cabrera in left field, one of the strongest, most accurate arms you're going to find, especially from a left fielder.
The Giants will play their infield back here in the bottom of the first with 1 out and a man at third base. Now Albert Pujols steps to the plate. He's taken care of Matt Cain throughout his career. The first pitch is a breaking ball inside. .571 average in his career. 8 for 14 against Cain. That's his highest average against any active pitcher in the majors. Minimum of 15 plate appearances. 2 home runs. Here's the 1-0. Fastball in, 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, it's a pitch you can deal with sometimes, 8 for 14, but when 2 of those hits are home runs, that's not a lot of fun. You think, okay, I do have an open base. I'm going to make sure he hits my pitch. That's why it's important for Pujols to have patience at the plate here.
Albert hit his 10th yesterday. As he swings and lines one to right field. This one's hit pretty good. Blanco giving chase, reaches up and makes another spectacular play. It'll be deep enough to score a run as the Angels take a 1-0 lead. Man, what a play by Blanco as Pujols picks up his 39th run batted in.
Boy, to be able to reach back, a left-handed fielder out in right field has to go across his body to be able to make an unbelievable play. We just talked about him preserving that perfect game in San Francisco, but what a great running catch for Blanco. And a great approach, too, by Albert Pujols to get that pitch elevated and get a pitch he can get in the air to get that first run across.
So 2 outs, the base is clear, 1 run in. Morales at the plate. And Kendrys looks at a fastball away. Morales went 0 for 4 yesterday, hitting .274 on the season with 7 home runs and 23 runs batted in. One ball, one strike. Giants do not overshift against Kendrys. Although Joaquin Arias off the line at third. This one's fouled off to left. One, two, foul back, trying to climb the ladder there, 93 miles per hour.
When Matt Cain has smooth delivery, not a lot of wasted movement, has great balance over that pitching rubber. You see why he's been consistent as far as ERA, strikeouts, innings pitched. The win total hasn't been there for him for his career because they haven't scored him a lot of runs over the years.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Trumbo's on deck. Cain, a former first-round pick himself back in 2002. 25th overall selection at Houston High School. Germantown, Tennessee. 2-2 on its way. Missed inside. Full count. 30 or more starts in each of his 6 full seasons for Matt Cain. He is a workhorse. But it's been Tim Lincecum who's gotten the headlines over the years because of these multiple Cy Youngs. 3-2, got him looking on the outside corner. Fastball away, down goes Morales. The Angels strike first. They get a run on a hit and a sac fly. One of the books, 1-0 Halos. Pagan, Sandoval, and Belt here against Jerome Williams. It gave up a 2-out single in the first inning, but nothing else. Albert Pujols picking up the sacrifice fly after Mike Trout led off the bottom of the first with a single. Pagan, a switch hitter. Playing center field and batting fifth, hitting .308 on the season. 5 home runs, 23 runs batted in, 12 doubles, 4 triple. Very good speed. He had 32 stolen bases for the Mets last year while hitting .262. He has 12 stolen bases this year. Has been caught just twice. Jerome misses inside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Jerome, the 39th overall selection in the first round back in 1999 by the San Francisco Giants out of Southeast Louisiana University. As Pagan rolls over this one to Asteris. Ball away. And with the San Francisco Giants, showed a lot of promise. A lot different pitcher back then than he is today, of course. With the Giants over his 3+ seasons, 17-14 record of 3.93 earned run average. They decided to make a move. They didn't see Jerome as part of their plans going forward. After he moved on to the Cubs a couple of months later, Matt Cain arrived on the scene.
They've had some pretty good arms they've developed over the years, the Giants. Even when you look back in the 60s and 70s, they've always been an organization that's been able to develop really good power arms.
Pablo Sandoval, the DH tonight. Normally the third baseman. Takes that pitch inside. 312 with 5 home runs and 18 runs batted in. Just 25 years of age for the native of Venezuela. Spent some time on the disabled list earlier this year. This one's fouled off.
Very quick on the fastball. .417 career hitter against the Angels with 2 home runs and 4 RBI.